The Oldham Community Radio has now been probably around in Oldham for 16, 17 years. It was really the brainchild of a wonderful man who was a big spearheading figure in the Oldham community, who's sadly no longer with us. And he had this great idea of Oldham having its own voice in the community. The radio is a great medium and a very trusted medium of getting messages within Oldham particularly, but beyond Oldham's boundaries these days, out into people's ears, despite the fact that we live in a social media heavy world where people are used to seeing so much, and I don't like the expression fake news, but certainly untruths out there. Community radio is the most trusted media platform in the UK, apparently, according to very recent research. So Oldham has its own radio station, community radio station, and that's really what it is on the tin, to be honest. We can provide a voice and a mouthpiece and a platform for those different communities. I decided to register as a Oldham Community Lottery good cause because it came along just at the right time. We're a not-for-profit organisation, and we'd had some problems with our bankers insofar as they closed down for whatever reason. There was a big administrative error. They closed down a lot of community bank accounts, including Oldham Community Radios. So we had what was called our 300 Club Lottery, which was very much a similar kind of concept to the Oldham Community Lottery. And we couldn't use our long-established 300 Club, so we needed something desperately to replace it. And Oldham Community Lottery came along just at the right time. I can't believe that it's a year since we've been one of the kind of founding members of it. So why did we join? Well, it was needs must, very much, but we could see the value of the community supporting us and vice versa. We liked the idea that it would be in our listeners' minds something of a seamless transition between what we had, which we could no longer use because the bank messed it up, and just at the right time the OCL coming along to fill that need. Well, we've raised about just shy of £1,100. If we say 1,100, that sounds a lot more than 1,100. One and the same. We've been a member of is that the right word, member? I guess it is, of the Community Lottery since August 2023. The money is brilliant. The actual ease of working with the lottery, I think, is first and foremost. But the fact that, we've looked back and we suddenly think, crikey, over £1,000, that's not bad for a year, is it? For an organisation like Community Radio, we can do a lot with that. Been good insofar as it's helped keep our day-to-day running costs to a reasonable, workable amount. I think with lots of community organisations, the problem is those everyday things that you have to spend money on, whether it's sort of services or heating or lighting or this kind of thing. Radio's a little bit different. We could have lots of shiny new toys, we could have new microphones and mixing desks and things like that. Sadly, those are very expensive items even in today's economy. But to be able to just have a little bit of a less worrying time with the everyday bread and butter costs, as you might say, that's really where the Community Lottery has helped us. Well, obviously, I think it goes without saying that anybody who comes along and supports Oldham Community Radio in whatever way, shape or form that takes, we owe them a massive debt of gratitude, because we wouldn't be here without that kind of support. And I suppose crucially and specifically from the aspect of the Community Lottery, the Oldham Community Lottery, We say thank you to all our supporters, you know, those people who buy tickets. Demands on people's time are more than ever. That cake of making your own personal finances go as far as it can is getting cut into ever smaller and smaller slices, as it were. So for people to think about how they can help a local cause like Oldham Community Radio is phenomenal in the first place. The fact that they are often prepared to devote and dedicate and put aside a small amount of money every week, £1 a week for a ticket, is incredible. And this proves, of those figures we mentioned, that, you know, to coin a phrase that somebody else has used elsewhere, every little helps. So if you're an organisation that's kind of dallying and thinking, oh, do I do this, do I don't, is there going to be a lot of work involved? Oldham Community Radio is a fairly small organisation. The administration of becoming involved in the Oldham Community Lottery is practically zero, because you've got such a great front of house and backstage team who do all the headache work, if you like, for you. And we know that on good authority, because in the past we've tried to run our own lottery, and it does take an awful lot of time to do it. What would I say to those people who were thinking about it? Well, it's very simple and it's blatantly obvious. Just go ahead and do it. You've nothing to lose. It's great PR. That's a big plus point, because you can use Oldham Community Lottery's wherewithal, with all their social media and other platform presences, to get your messages out there, to advertise your community group. So just go ahead and do it.